Let's get into it. What a week. President Biden addressed the nation on Tuesday with this year's State of the Union. Happy Hump Day, America, he began. The new Republican majority was, of course, on their best behavior.
Nearly 25% of the entire national debt that took over 200 years to accumulate was added by just one administration alone, the last one. They're the facts. Check it out. Check it out.
After Republicans booed their own plan to cut Social Security, Biden declared the idea dead in the water, saying this.
So, folks, as we all apparently agree, Social Security and Medicare is off the books now, right? They're not to be sponsored. All right. I'm ready. We got unanimity.
Imagine getting lured into a trap by Joe Biden on live TV. It's like if the Roadrunner were 80 years old. If an anvil falls on you, that's on you, you weird, obsessive desert dog. We also can't let Republicans hook. They still want to get rid of Social Security and Medicare, you know? They still got a taste for it. The heckling from Republicans grew so obnoxious, Kevin McCarthy actually issued several shushes.
Investing in our alliances and working with our allies.
You can't hear them at home, but it was a couple was shh. It was very much like parent seeing a child misbehaving but not wanting to make a spectacle. Marjorie talked about it. Didn't work though. Chief among the rabble-rousers was Marjorie Taylor Greene, who shouted liar when President Biden said this accurate statement.
Instead of making the wealthy pay their fair share, some Republicans want Medicare and Social Security to sunset. I'm not saying it's a majority.
That's a lie, shouted Greene, dressed like a background actor from a Snowpiercer train car near the front. Unexpectedly, the scene stealer of the night was none other than Mitt Romney. In a tense exchange before the speech, the Utah senator reportedly told George Santos, "You don't belong here." Romney quickly added, "You belong in pictures," according to George Santos. In one thrilling section of his address, Biden called on Congress to pass the Junk Fee Prevention Act, which would crack down on hidden charges from banks, hotels, airlines, and other service providers.
We're making airlines show you the full ticket price up front. Refund your money if your flight is canceled or delayed. We've reduced exorbitant bank overdrafts by saving consumers more than $1 billion a year.
If these places call themselves a resort, there better be a little swan on my pillow when I get back there with my girl Jill. And all Biden has to add is, everyone behind spam calls must be executed, and he will win in the biggest landslide this country has ever seen. President Biden invited some very special guests to the speech, Paul Pelosi and, of course, Bono. Bono originally planned to bring along another poem about Zelensky, but everyone decided that Paul Pelosi had been through enough. Bono, Paul Pelosi, throw in a pint of Jenny's ice cream, and that's nighttime Nancy's holy trinity. Have a little rocky road and fuck Paul Pelosi and Bono. The former president was busy making news before Biden's big address. In a series of truths, Donald Trump posted photos that claimed to show Ron DeSantis drinking with high schoolers while he was a teacher and accusing him of grooming these teen girls. Yeah. Now, I want to be very careful about how we discuss this, because on the one hand, Republicans have spent years looking the other way while Donald Trump accuses his adversaries without evidence of evil and heinous shit just to avoid accountability for his own crimes and abuses. But on the other hand, I don't like Ron DeSantis. DeSantis responded to Trump's post at a press conference on Wednesday by dismissing the insinuation.
I don't spend my time trying to smear other Republicans.
Where would I find time to smear other Republicans? I am too busy smearing teenage girls who want to be just okay at field hockey. Over the weekend, Harry Whittington, who became famous in 2006 when then Vice President Dick Cheney shot him in the face, died at age 95. Cheney said of his friend, "He will be dearly missed." Get it? Then for old time's sake, he fired at the coffin with a 12-gauge shotgun. An 82-year-old woman was pronounced dead in her nursing home, only for funeral home staff to notice she was breathing almost 3 hours later. The woman was transported back to California in time to declare her re-election bid for the United States Senate. A neo-Nazi leader has been charged with plotting an attack on the Maryland power grid along with his girlfriend, whom he met while they were incarcerated in separate prisons. I bet those two prison wardens are really regretting that Sadie Hawkins dance now. House Republicans held a hearing this week focusing on Twitter's handling of the Hunter Biden laptop story. In one exchange with Twitter executives, AOC extracted an admission that Twitter changed its own policy after Trump violated it in order to accommodate his odious tweets about immigrants.
Twitter changed their own policy after the president violated it in order to potentially accommodate his tweet?
Yes.
Thank you. So much for bias against right wing on Twitter.
Hell yeah. In another highlight, Gen Z's own Congressman Maxwell Frost asked a former member of Twitter's content moderation team to read a classic Chrissy Teigan tweet into the record.
Would you like me to give the direct quote?
Yeah.
Please excuse my language. This is a direct quote, but Chrissy Teigan referred to Donald Trump as a pussy-ass bitch.
Okay. Please speak.
This marks the first time the words pussy-ass bitch have been uttered in Congress since whenever Marjorie Taylor Greene last screamed them at a mom in an SEIU shirt. The former Twitter exec confirmed that the White House had immediately asked Twitter to take down the pussy-ass bitch tweet.
They wanted it to come down. They made that request.
To my recollection, yes.
I thought that was an inappropriate action by a government official, let alone the White House.
Yeah, genuine attempt at censorship. They originally tried to flag it as misinformation, but in requesting that the tweet be taken down, Trump became a pussy-ass bitch, rendering the tweet even more accurate. The very act of denying that you are a pussy-ass bitch transforms you into one. It's what's known in quantum physics as the Heisenberg uncertainty principle. Also this week, the staff of the world's greatest progressive media company, Cricket Media, announced their intention to unionize with the Writers Guild of America East, citing a need for greater pay equity and transparency, as well as prioritization of diversity in our continued growth. The punchline to this joke will be determined after a collaborative and good faith collective bargaining process. Unrelated, does anyone here have a contact for the Pinkertons? I don't know if there's, it doesn't, forget it. Never mind. It's fine. In more news about workers who are finally getting the kind of recognition they deserve. Come on, Brian, how many? This Sunday, Viola Davis became the 18th person in history to achieve EGOT status with her Grammy win for Best Audiobook. It is really amazing the performance she gives. She absolutely disappears into the character.
My penis was oscillating between extremely sensitive and borderline traumatized. The last place I wanted to be was Frostnipistan.
Incredible. Incredible performance there by Viola Davis. Absolutely disappears into that performance. Of course, I'm kidding. Her Grammy is for narrating her upcoming memoir, How to Hide a Body Roughly the Size of Best Actress nominee Andrea Riseborough. Beyonce won 4 Academy Awards, becoming the most decorated artist in Grammy history, but Renaissance lost Album of the Year to Harry Styles' Harry's House. When accepting the award, Harry said that this doesn't happen to people like me very often. By people like me, Harry obviously meant British men with relatively normal-sized mouths. In more diva news, Barbra Streisand has finished her long-awaited memoir, My Name is Barbara, which was reportedly 1,040 pages long. The book will be translated into over a dozen languages, including emoji for Lea Michele. In honor of New York Fashion Week, Panera is launching a limited edition purse that is perfectly sized to carry one of their sandwiches. Finally, a purse for someone whose taste in fashion is as terrible as their taste in food. I don't even have a joke. I just was thinking about it. I don't understand Panera. It has bread in the name, and the bread sucks. It's the only exception to what I can believe is an ironclad rule, which is love them or hate them. If there is a chain that has hundreds of locations and makes billions of dollars and has a food item in the name of the restaurant, it's awesome. Like IHOP, you know you're getting a good pancake. You know what I mean? Not a Panera Bread. Place stinks. Just absolutely no content to this. I just there's nothing good on. I truly it's a mystery to me. Does anyone here like Panera? What is going on? It stinks. Salads bad, sandwiches bad, mac and cheese bad. I have tried the whole goddamn menu. I've tried to crack the mystery. Even their Diet Coke is bad. The iced tea's bad. The iced tea's good? The only thing you'll get there is iced tea. 2 Italian nuns in the town of Ravello have been relieved of their service by order of the Pope after refusing to transfer to more populated monasteries. So in case you're wondering, that's what gets you fired from the Catholic Church. Anyway, it was sad to see the nuns go. People wept when they turned in their guns and badges. New Zealand police said Wednesday that they found more than 3 tons of cocaine floating in a remote part of the Pacific Ocean after it was dropped there by an international drug smuggling syndicate. The police were able to find it when a humpback whale tried to tell them his idea for a dating app where the women have to be super hot. And finally, a dog trainer in Germany made history as he broke the world record for most dogs in a conga line. 14 dogs. The man claimed he got the idea after having previously broken the world record for biggest loser with too much time on his hands.